3% came about, it was just written in the stars, like, it's destiny, you know what I'm saying?
Dallas and Nook started writing a bit of music back on Invasion Day.
2022, maybe?
2022, yeah, and they started writing some tunes together, and Nooks went down to Castlemaine, where Dallas is, and they jumped in the studio and yeah, made a couple of really cool tracks, and then I hit Nooks up and said, bro, like, do you want to do a bit of music together? And he sent me a song, and then I wrote a hook on it, and then June or July last year, we came in the studio in Sydney, Newtown there. And he got Dallas in for a session and then got me in at lunchtime, did a little double up, and then Dallas sort of come in and heard my top line on the song that Nooks and I were working on, and then I sort of jumped on a couple of theirs, and then that's sort of how 3% started.
And like, it became pretty evident, like, we had something together, like all three of us, so we made it a thing, and like it went super fast. So one song turned into 4 songs, and then in that one session, 4 songs, they kind of turned into 13 songs.
Now, organic, it was a beautiful feeling, you know, like three young brothers, just all from different, you know, journeys in our lives at that point, and we come together. Music is what brought us back to like a leveling sort of place, and from there the music speaks for itself.
You may talk to Jesus on this royal telephone.
For me, I was like, I was at a point where I was like sort of done with the industry. You know, music has always been something so special to me, and I know the bros feel the same with them. You know, it's like we didn't get into it to like make it a job. We got into it because it was like something that made us feel seen. You know, and you know we could speak. You know, I'm not an amazing painter or something, but I can tell my story through my words. And I started feeling like I got too much of a job. And being in the studio with the bros, I was making music that I legit wanted to make from the beginning. You know, telling stories and speaking stories of our mob that, you know, wouldn't necessarily be able to get their story out there, you know. It felt like the ancestors were in the room that day, so, you know, it felt right for me.
For me, it was like an eye-opener being in the studio with him and Nooks, and seeing the way they wrote, and it just resonated with me so much, being a proud black man as well. Having them relate the same as me, it was in the lyrics and the storytelling was just, it was something I feel I haven't really experienced. Yeah, the raw passion and the no bullshit in songwriting.
So yeah, the album's called Kill the Dead, and that was, you know, Dallas, like, we were sitting there, we were like, what are we going to call this thing? And this out of nowhere, he goes, Kill the Dead, and I'm like, all right, that's it.
You know, kill the dead being, you could never kill our spirit. Our ancestors, they walk with us. You know, they might not be here physically, but they're always here spiritually.
It's about the black experience, our black experience, our lives, like, coming from free, doing it, cuzzo. You know, come from 3 different places, like, you know, this is a continuation of coloured stone and no fixed address, Yoti Yindi, Shakaya even, you know what I mean? Like, we're just adding our voice to the overall story that we carry as black musicians in this country. So that's what the music's about. It's very much reflective of now and what's happened in the last 12 months. But then it's also just, I think, black men being vulnerable.
Do you know the word Indigenous?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah. I was born here. Where's my land?
As a proud Noongar man, you know, Uncle Nicky is a proud Noongar man as well. And what he did that day, you know, down there in, you know, Nam, standing up and pointing at his skin was heard throughout the world, you know. So that was, you know, one of many times that people stood up against racism and said, look, I'm black and I'm proud, not I'm just black. Like, you're not gonna make me feel lesser because I'm in this skin. And yeah, I think that image just really showcases what it is to be black and proud. And yeah, that's what we wanted to like reflect with, you know, how the music sounds as well.
From the features to the artwork, everything, we tried to keep it with the mob. I knew that Uncle Dan Boyd was, you know, was the guy for it, so super proud to have him a part of this with us. Like, he's a, you know, top tier artist, exhibitions all over the world, but like, you know, he's right there with the mob, and to have his stamp on this, again, like, it really just solidifies what we do and helps us, you know, keep the strength to continue to do what we do by having someone of such a high profile be a part of this with us. For me, what I see for the future of 3% is to just continue doing what we're doing, you know what I mean? Like, this is like a spear, bros, you know what I mean? And it's flying. I don't want the momentum to drop and for it to fall. I want it to keep flying and keep carrying this voice and story that we got. And again, just light the way for the next ones to come through, you know? So when that spear does eventually drop, it's their turn to pick it up and throw it. So they get to throw it even further than what we did. So that's the future of 3%.